Today we're checking out Michael Burry's stock portfolio, the man who predicted the housing crash in 2008 which led to a global financial crisis. Let's get into it. How's it going guys? Ryan here and welcome to another investing video, and today we're taking a look at Michael Burry's 2021 stock market portfolio, what he's buying, what he's selling, and what he is currently holding. He is an absolutely legendary investor and someone you should listen to. But before we get into that guys, please remember to give this video a thumbs up. It helps me out so much with the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe for more investing, stock market and wealth management content. I'd love to know your thoughts as well after the video down in the comments section on Michael Burry's current holdings. And with that guys, let's get straight into today's video. For those of you who don't know who Michael Burry is, he's obviously an American investor, but he's also a hedge fund manager and founder of Sion Capital. But Michael Burry is best known for being able to predict the subprime mortgage crisis, which was effectively during and a key cause of the 2008 global financial crisis. What he did was shorted the mortgage bond market by swapping collateralized debt obligations. And effectively what this meant was he shorted the market and made millions and millions of dollars off the dropping of these bonds. And there was a movie made exactly on this known as The Big Short, and you can see that he is represented in that movie if you're interested in hearing more. So let's take a deeper look into Michael Burry's stock portfolio, and as of the end of 2020 it was worth just shy of $140 million. And as you can see, the key thing to note here is the fact that every single one of his holdings is a change. There has been activity surrounding it. You can see his biggest holding, he added to it. You can see he's reduced a lot of holdings, and you can see he's added a bunch of new holdings to his portfolio during that period. Now we'll get into a bit more within the buys and sells sections, but as you can see, the strategy that Michael has adopted is effectively finding opportunities, capitalizing on them, and effectively exiting or adding to those positions if he believes they are going to continue to do well. But as you can see, there is nothing there which is a significantly long-term hold, with him adding positions or reducing positions relatively frequently. Taking a quick look at what Michael Burry is buying, we can see that he doesn't focus on particular industries. What he looks for is opportunities. So effectively, if we look at the top one, UBA, that is a property stock. Then we move it down to the next level. We have Lumen Technologies, and Lumen Technologies is a telecommunications organization. You go down to, Distribution Now, which is an industrial supplies company. Then even the next one down, Wells Fargo, that is a financial services company. So what we can see here is Michael Burry is really investing in opportunities as opposed to specific industries that he's going to do well. As you see with other investors such as the likes of Warren Buffett, they'll invest in companies within a particular industry that they believe is going to do well, and they're going to excel in that industry, and they may hold 4 or 5 stocks within that sector. But when it comes to the way Michael Burry invests and trade, as you look at his, I suppose, the massive housing crash that occurred back in 2008 and the GFC, he's taking opportunities. He could see an opportunity with the subprime mortgage crisis that was about to occur, and he shorted it. And effectively what he's doing therefore is trading on a relatively short to medium term as opposed to the long term investing that we typically see that these super investors do. Looking at his sells, we can effectively see the exact same thing is occurring. He's completely exiting stocks for profit or reducing his risk after he has made a profit in other stocks. The one that I really want to note here is the GameStop stock. As a lot of you know, GME has gone crackers at the start of this year, and it has been a missed opportunity for Michael Burry. Obviously, he made roughly about 1,500% on it, but as a result of not holding onto it, he missed the giant run that it had and missed out on millions and millions of dollars worth of profit. In saying that though, given that GME was dropping, this is something that he should exit, and looking at other stocks as well, he's done the exact same thing. Facebook, for instance, hasn't been performing as well as it has historically. Trip.com, for instance, same thing. It's a travel company. COVID-19's going on, so he's exited those positions in his best interest, because obviously these are stocks that aren't performing and he can make his money work better for him elsewhere. And you can see effectively the majority, or I'd say about 50% of the time, he's completely exiting stocks to go into something else and take advantage of the new opportunities that present themselves. And once again, if you look at all these companies which are listed here, there is no specific industry he's invested in. You can see, for instance, they've, as I said, Facebook, you've got CVS, which is a health company, you've got a travel company in Trip.com, you've got Retail Opportunity Investments Corp, completely different organizations, because he is focusing on opportunities where he thinks he can make within a medium to short term a lot of money. Although I tend to lean towards longer term investments these days, I do have an admiration for the way Michael is investing. When I first started, I was always short to medium term, looking for those opportunities and trying to capitalize on them, then exit the stocks as quick as possible, or if I was losing money on a stock, eliminate it immediately. And these are some of the key principles you need to trade successfully. But the key is to not become emotionally attached to these organizations and just purely look at the opportunity that is presented for yourself. And if effectively you invest and it goes well, exit. GME, perfect example of why Michael Burry is smart in what he's doing. He made 1,500% on that, and that's not even during the point at which it had its insane run over the past few months up to, the likes of 300, 400 US dollars. He made his money early and he got out before it went up. He already went up 1,500%. That is an insane amount of money, especially for a company which at the time, to be quite frank, it wasn't doing too well. So making 1,500% off that and being able to jump out of it is a fantastic job and something that you certainly cannot knock. So as an investor, how can you trade like Michael Burry? Well, it really comes down to foreseeing events that are going to occur in companies and then taking a position in them before they occur. So effectively what you want to look for is when you're reading, company presentations, announcements, listening to the news, listen to what's going on, see what's going on, talk to people, understand and get a feel for the market. If you find an opportunity, look into it. And then if it is a good opportunity, that is when you take a position in the stock. But you need to make sure you set that point where you go into the stock and then you've got an exit point at a certain profit level, or an exit point if you start losing money, because effectively you want to cut your losses quickly, but you also want to be able to crystallize those gains. I'd highly recommend putting in place a trailing stop loss in order to do this, which will effectively mean that the stop loss follows the company's stock price as it increases, and then when it starts to drop, you secure your profits regardless. That wraps up today's video, guys. I hope you did enjoy. I'd love to know your thoughts on Michael Burry's stock portfolio down in the comments section below, and give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Helps me out so much with the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe for more investing, stock market and wealth management content. And with that, guys, I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.